All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, yeah, we were talking the different
Pokemon that don't have the right...
directs that happened, and that Pokemon don't have...
Yeah, let's talk about directs. I'm more intrigued by directs.
Yeah, so Xbox is... Okay, so for those who are out of the loop and or in like 2 months in the future when you watch this, Xbox laid off like a shit ton of game studios, and everyone was very, very upset about it. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not happy with the studios they chose to lay off.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 studios that probably shouldn't have been laid off, right?
Put out.
Yeah, there was...
Put it out of my misery.
There was the studio that made fucking Hi-Fi Rush. Is he evolving? He's evolving. Is this his first, or is this his second evolution, or his first
only
evolution?
has 2 forms, so this is his final form right here.
Oh, okay. He's a go-kart.
Yes.
I would like to catch the bigger one.
The one we cannot get, which is unfortunate.
What a rip.
Yes.
What was it? Yes. Tango Gameworks, I think? Yeah. So they got rid of Tango Gameworks, which made Hi-Fi Rush, which is like the best game that came out of this generation.
Yeah, dude, Hi-Fi Rush
so
is
far.
Amazing.
Like by far. And they did not think that game was going to do well, which is why they shadow dropped it on Game Pass day one at the same day they announced it. They were like, you can play this right now on Game Pass because we expect no one to fucking
And then
buy
it did
this.
amazing.
And then it did extremely well. But there's also the argument that it only did as well as it did because it was on Game Pass. Which might be true.
Yeah.
But then people were upset because they're like, they fired them because of poor sales, but like, they cannibalized their sales for Hi-Fi Rush because it was on Game Pass, which is true. However, Hi-Fi Rush is not their only game. They made 3 other video games, and all 3 of them sold incredibly poorly. So, like, I don't like that they got rid of them, but I'm not surprised they got rid of them, because their studio's been underperforming for years. Because they made The Evil Within 1 and 2, which I really like them. The gaming audience fucking hates those games. Like, I really like those games because they're essentially what Resident Evil should have become instead of what it is currently. Because it's made by the original guy who made Resident Evil. But he was like, how do we make Resident Evil open world? And he did it, and it's great, and it's really cool, but the story is fucking insane and impossible to follow, because it's made by a Japanese man with schizophrenia. So, like, it makes no goddamn sense to anyone not paying attention. So you can't just play it, and it's also extremely hard, because it's a real, to-the-bone survival horror game. And people are used to just being like, I see enemy, I shoot enemy. So most people see an enemy, take a few shots at it, those shots don't kill it, they run out of ammo, they die immediately, and they go, fuck this game, it's too hard, and never play it again.
What? Come on.
So...
People would never do that, Chris.
Yeah, so... Evil Within 1 sold pretty well because people didn't know what to expect. Evil Within 2 sold like shit because the first game was so hard no one wanted to give the second one a chance. And the irony is they made the second one way easier because of how much complaints they got about how fucking hard the first one was.
Huh.
But no one cared. No one fucking bought it. They also released another game, but I cannot remember the name of it now. And it also sold like ass. It was Tokyo Ghost?
Tokyo Mirage Ghost?
No, not Mirage Ghost. That's another game. It was like Ghost Tokyo or some shit. But like no one bought that game. Like, literally no one bought that game. I remember them announcing that game, and then I remember them being like, they were fired. They're the studio that made this game, and I'm like, oh yeah, this came out? When the fuck did this come out?
It didn't. That's the thing.
So, yeah, no one fucking cared. So yeah, their studio just, like, simply put, their studio underperformed 2 games in a row, which is why the last game they released was literally released for free, shadow dropped short notice, and released on their Game Pass for free. It's because they expected it to do poorly because they had a horrible track record of selling incredibly poorly. I'm not surprised they fired the company.
Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody really is.
No, everyone was. Because all they saw was company that made Hi-Fi Rush and immediately freaked out. And I'm like, you have to look at their backlog. Their backlog is bad. It's the reverse problem with the other studio that shouldn't have been released, which I unfortunately cannot remember the name of. But they made Redfall, which was a fucking disaster, and was supposed to be a live service game, which was a fucking disaster, and it cost Xbox a ton of money, and they canceled it immediately and shut it down. And then they let the studio go right after that game failed. And the irony is that they made the Dishonored series before that. And the Dishonored series sold extremely well.
Oh.
So they had the reverse problem, where they might have been a good studio that sold well, but their last game was such a bomb that Microsoft was just like, yeah, we're good. You can go home.
No, we don't want to deal with this.
And the other two studios that people keep bringing up is just added to make Microsoft look bad. I don't know what the fuck they've made. I've never heard of them before, and when I try and look into them, I have no idea. I can't remember. I don't know. Because I see their names, and I'm like, I don't recognize either of these game names, and I immediately forget them as soon as I look away from the list. So I have no idea who they are, or what they've made. I'm pretty sure they're just support studios that worked on other games. I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure one of them was just nothing but support. It was all worked on these games, but they were all games that were made by clearly other companies. So I'm pretty sure they were just a support studio, and they were just we don't need this many support studios, so we're just cutting them.
Oh yeah, no, you really don't.
Yeah, Redfall was the worst one. Honestly, as much as I like, Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall was the one that was really bad, because that was all Microsoft's fault. They forced them to make a live service multiplayer game from a studio that's known for its single-player stealth games. Yeah. They were you need to make a live service multiplayer shooter. And they were like, that's a very bad idea. And they're too fucking bad. So that's entirely Microsoft's fault. So they probably shouldn't have let go. And, Tango is one of those things that's Tango is you can make an argument, right? That maybe it was worth it for them to drop them because it wasn't quite working out for them money-wise. The people who made Redfall, though, is 100% yeah, that's just totally Microsoft's fault. They fucked them hard. I think what happened with Tango is not only did they already lose faith with them, but I think after Hi-Fi Rush did well, they went, hey, so, how about we make a sequel? And Microsoft was like, well, how much of a budget do you think it will cost you to make a sequel? And they were like, how about this number? And Microsoft was like, how about no?
Probably.
That's what I think happened. I think they went, hey, Hi-Fi Rush was really successful. We can make a bigger game that's better. And they were like, what's your budget? And they were like, we need this much to make a bigger, better game. And they were like, how about no? And then fired everyone.
How about no?
How about no? So yeah, that's really funny.
Deja vu.
I don't think Tango is that screwed, though, because they just got rid of the company. They didn't dissolve it like EA does. EA dissolves their companies and merges them with other companies. Xbox just lets them go. So, Tango is still technically a studio. It's just not under a publisher like Microsoft anymore. So they have a shot of being picked up by another... Well, they have a shot of being picked up by another publisher now.
Yeah, that's true.
So, EA could pick them up, or, Sony could pick them up, or Nintendo could pick them up. Nintendo would be a good choice. But
which they might.
They
might,
but they don't have a lot of...
Nintendo?
It's not, but it's gonna be.
Because of that reason.
There's already... No. Microsoft has already stated that they're porting Hi-Fi Rush to every platform. It's coming out on PlayStation as well.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but it's not if you're trying to sell Xboxes. Xbox is a weird company right now.
Yeah, that's true.
They're making a lot of weird choices that I'm like, I don't know what the fuck your plan is.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
So, they're at the point where they have enough that they could just be like, you know what, I'm going to say what I said now that I said years ago. Which is, Microsoft has the most reason to be the first to fall out of the console market, but they're the least likely to do so. Because it's all publicity.
Yeah.
Everything. The Xbox has always been... You want to know why the Xbox even exists?
Because they were like, Sony made a PlayStation.
Yeah, they literally went, Sony made a PS2, and fucking Bill Gates was worried that the PS2 would replace PCs. I'm not even kidding. This is his actual thought process. And so he needed to make sure that there was an Xbox Microsoft product under everyone's TV so that they wouldn't lose stake in the PC market. It's incredibly nonsensical, but that's how they thought, and that's the whole reason we have Xbox.
How do you like our hero?
He's a fucking zero.
It's a hero. It's a hero. Oh, damn.
He's alright. I'd give him a 2. But yeah, so yeah, Microsoft is just kind of losing its fucking mind right now.
Oh, but
one, they had their showcase, and their games look so much better than anything Sony showed. Their games look a lot better than anything Nintendo showed this direct. This is the first event that they showed off games in like 5 years that I was like, wow, they had the best show this year. It's like, this never happens. So, yeah, so they like, I don't know how to explain it other than they have a lot of character action games right now, and I'm a huge fan of character action games. Like, I know a lot of people will be like, it's the same problem that Sony has where all their games are the same. But, like, I like character action games because I'm a big Devil May Cry guy.
Devil May Cry, boo-hoo!
So, like, I will play the shit out of pretty much every game they're releasing, and a lot of them look really interesting and impressive, so I'm, like, really down with it. So Microsoft just looks like they have the better roster of games coming out over the next, like, year and a half. Which is rough for me, because that means I would, like, need to get an Xbox. And I fucking hate their D-pad, so, like, how am I supposed to be playing games on that shit? So I could just wait it out and see if Xbox just caves and starts releasing all their games on every platform.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they might. But they're only doing it as a test right now, so they might not. I don't know. No one knows. Microsoft is smoking all the cocaine they have, and then are just like, I don't know. Like, I swear to God, like, Microsoft right now is doing a line of cocaine, and it's just like, what if we released all our games on PlayStation? And they're just like, well, how would we make money off of that? And it's like, but it would be better brand recognition. And it's like, but what about our Xbox consoles? Who cares? The revenue on sales would be so much higher. It's like, and it's like, but what about our brand recognition? What brand recognition?
I don't care. I want that dollar sign.
They're like, we can sell more game consoles. We can sell more games on PlayStation because it has a bigger market share. And they're just like, they. By the way, Sony is outselling them 2-1 right now.
Oh wow!
For every Xbox console, there's like 2 or more PlayStation consoles.
Oh wow!
So it's a lot. Forgive me, my friend.
My friends, plural.
I don't believe him.
Flashback.
After a year and a half ago. About a year and a half ago.
Forgive me. It took a goodly time to procure the required materials. Whoa! Sick! Those boots are insane! Yes, the flame charge with my muse was my muse for this particular piece. This outfit is everything I could have imagined. Thank you so much. I merely wished to create a costume worthy of the infernal ML.
Yeah, infernal. Eerie? Infernal Eerie?
Yes. If it alludes with your vision. Aligns with your vision, then I am content. It seems our outfit upgrades are all wrapped up. Then, thanks.
I like that everyone has this really outgoing, crazy design, and this dude's just in street clothes.
Yeah, our DJ dude.
Yeah.
With you two looking like absolute beasts, anyone who crosses us will be sweating bullets.
I'm sweating bullets.
You're so good at this kind of crafty stuff, Atlas. These people...
Those people bullying you because you geek out over old-fashioned stuff are out of their minds. Oh no, he was also bullied.
They all were. That's the thing.
Bullies.
That's the thing.
Oh.
The way of the ninja is rough and fought with thorns. I never expected nor desire any sympathy from the unrefined rabble. Oh, someone is getting fired up. Watch out, world. Our Atlas has fighting words. Hey, don't listen to the haters, Atlas. I think you're really cool. Alright, gang, let's move on to the next step. It's time to battle. It's time to put our backs into our battle training so we're all prepared for Operation Star. We're gonna be stronger than anyone else in the team. That means being a boss means. Indeed it does. Derek just had a small drink. Henceforth, I will devote myself heart and soul to honing my battle skills.
Oh no, they're being absorbed by the darkness!
Oh, the darkness! For the sake of the team, I would give my heart and soul. I cannot defy the rules. Our code must be obeyed. And thus this badge is mine to keep no more. I entrust it to these care.
You've obtained the penis badge.
You got this thing. Woohoo.
You got the whatever.
Take this.
Contraption
2. It contains a technique that allows one to cover their foes in gunk. Wait a minute.
Delicious gunk.
Give him a good old gunk shot, Chris.
Oh, dude, I always give gunk shots.
Dante is these name, is it not? You have...
You have utterly bested me.
But thy victory stirs no brightness within me. Such is its brilliance.
Yeah, Derek, when you read, you gotta, think, how would a pompous asshole talk? And that's how you get the words.
Right. Don Atlas. My compatriot! It seems this little fellow had been dying to speak to you face to face. Don Atlas, please, hear what I have to say. I only need a moment. Whatever brought you all the way here? I come to help you. If you don't start going to classes again, you'll be expelled from the academy.
Right.
When the other cool kids at school and I were getting really bullied real hard, you and the rest of Team Star saved us. Thanks to that operation you carried out, all were able to go to school again.
I just imagine this little kid getting bullied by a 6-foot-tall jacked adult.
If you get expelled for beating the good guys, that's even the worst thing ever. Forgive me. I haven't heard anything from the big boss? No, we have not heard not whisper since that fateful day.
Nay, we have not heard.
Without the big boss, Team Star cannot carry on. And without the team and the bright and merry student way, we seek lies with beyond our reach. We have no choice but to defend our bases till the big boss returns. You evidently trust this big boss of yours a great deal. Who exactly are they? The truth is, not one of us has met them in the flesh. Flesh. But in our words, we are rescues. Recluse? They are
recluse.
As with the rest of us, thou seems bullying was to blame. That is awful. Thus is their name and face is unknown to them.
I thought that is awful. Yes, thank you, headmaster. Isn't it your job to handle whatever?
That was the kid who said that.
Oh, okay.
They never last, our precious comrade. Our only choice is to manage to vigil over the bases, awaiting the day of their return. So that's why you don't go to school. But still, don't even think that Team Star is all you have, Don Atlas. You got a lifelong compatriot in me, and don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it.
My compatriot.
My compatriots.
I owe you a great debt. Seems we're one step closer to the truth behind Team Star's treachery and the bullying at the academy. But more importantly, I can't believe I have no idea the issues where students were struggling with. They have friendships they hold dear and reasons to act for the way they do. I just didn't see it. I'm so shameful and oblivious I am.
Man, I'm getting emotional.
Me too. I believe Team Star to be the one and true treasure in my life. Methinketh I might have been mistaken. Doodaloo, doodaloo.
Obtain star. Star get.
Star get.
Star get. Again?
Okay, good.
Yeah. So this is our base now, right?
Yeah,
we collect the badges, they're ours, right?
Dante, it's me. Dante, it's me. You got Atlas's star badge with you now, huh?
Just fucking... Snake, come in.
I see. Now the boss has been taken down. Their Team Star's numbers are numbered. Now Atlas, too. Sorry, just got a lot on my mind. So Operation Team Star, you've taken down all but 2 bases.
Okay, so it's not just me. It's incredibly obvious that she's their head, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The one they call the Big Boss. Who's this Big Boss?
Well, you see, he was the strongest soldier we ever had. We, in fact, used his DNA to clone multiple other soldiers, much as Liquid or Solid Snake.
If we defeat that person and get them to declare their team disbanded, that would be Team Star. Since the Team Big Boss never showed up at their base, and they kept their identity hidden, we have to take it that they're not one for spotlight. But once all of this...
Dude, your whole arm is vanishing
for
a second
I'm
and coming back.
I'm seeing it. All the boss are taking out, the big boss will take the stage. Now here's your reward. I'll transfer some LP to your thing as promised.
Some lolly points. Nice.
No. League points. Oh, we got some TM materials, too. Oh, your Pokemon will be strong with these new moves. My support rep will be with you soon.
Nice.
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 Hi there, Dante. It's me. That sounds like a pretty cool, serious phone call. Hey, it's me, Karaidon. Whoa, I wasn't talking to you.
And then Koraidon eats her.
Yes.
I've seen the Rule 34.
I've seen the Rule 34. Yeah. So the mastermind you're talking about, they mentioned them to me too.
He had so much fun with the retired emote.
Yeah. Team Star's founder, the one who caused all the mischief at the academy. If we take them down, I'll lose what I treasure most. Oh, if we don't take them down, I'll lose what I treasure the most.
Your glasses?
What do you mean?
No,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, here's your reward. Take this before I forget.
Dude, why is there no music in this fucking game? Like, there's no anything. Like, it's not even sound effects. It's, like, really pissing me off.
I think the sound is too low on the TV.
No. I mean, maybe, but...
Oh, wait, no, there's the sound effect. It was just that scene had
delayed,
none.
yeah.
I don't know why that scene had none.
Alright, fair enough.
Let's see if I can find a person. Because I should be able to find a person in this thing that's like a grown-ass adult that's still a student.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, what were we saying? We got like 3 minutes, but...
Team Star, man. It's something else.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like... I mean, it was pretty obvious from, like, the first conversation when they were like...
This is another student. Wait, no, that's not a student. There is, like, people who are actually, like, fucking grown-ass adult students.
I just imagine it's, like, a fucking...
It's the big fat model guy.
Yeah, like, I just like...
what the fuck is
I just like the idea, though, that they're just, like... I was being bullied at school, and it's like, let's see your bully, and then they, like, walk over, and it's just, like, a 6-foot-tall, jacked, like, 35-year-old man. Like...
Yes. Yes, this is canon in my head, though.
It's just like,
This is canon. I would expect nothing less.
Right? It just feels correct. You know, it feels like that's how they'd go. But yeah, Microsoft, you know, they just seem like they got some interesting stuff going on. I'm not convinced that they're, like, the console to get right now because of the whole, like, might just release everything on every console.
Yeah, because if that's the case, Chris, let's be honest, you're just going to get a PlayStation because you prefer their D-pad.
Yeah. Well, originally it was like, I buy a PlayStation because I prefer their first-party games, but they haven't had any that look any good that aren't already on the PS4 as well. So I'm like, what's the point?
Here's the thing. Like, every time I walk through Target and we've got through, like, the PlayStation section, and I'm like, oh, let's pick up a first-party game from PlayStation. Yeah. No. There's nothing really.
There's nothing. There's really nothing. And the few they have released are on the PS4, too. So it's like, I'll just buy it on the PS4. So it's been really lackluster. It's like... This has been a weird... There's been a few people that have been like, this generation is like the worst generation ever. And I'm like, it's not that it's the worst generation ever. I think people forget that we're, like, really early in this generation. Yeah. We're only, like...
Like, the 5 has not been out.
In.
5 has not been out for too long, right?
Yeah, we're like, roughly 3 years into this generation. And, like... Yeah, it's kind of slow for 3 years for a console generation, but, like, it's not that outrageous. Yeah. Like, most of the time, the good shit for a console doesn't come out until, like, 5 years in. Yeah. Like, so I'm not surprised. I'm just, like... You know, it's kind of lackluster. There's not a lot of reason to buy one. It's like, you know what I mean? That's for both consoles. It's kind of rough. It's kind of what we call a fucking rough. Xbox still not a bad idea though, because you can get an Xbox One right now for like $80. Yeah. And it plays a lot of Series X and S games. because forward compatibility is a weird concept.
Don't know why, but sure.
Microsoft's just like that. They make games and then there are essentially what people say is they're just backwards compatible Xbox One games with the new game consoles, but they sell them as forward compatible, where it's a Xbox One game that works on the next generation of systems. But the argument is that it's really just backwards compatible. It's really just an Xbox One game that works on the new console. But I don't think that's true, because they don't really work that way. It's weird. I don't know exactly their system. Yeah, anyways, story for another time. Let's call it here, and we'll pick it up in the next part. We'll see you guys then. Peace.